Recorded live in beautiful Colorado, USA. Broadcast around the world. You're listening to the Quarterly Review Podcast. Produced by Three Angels Message Ministry. Your host is Tamara Rookdashel.
Welcome to the Quarterly Review Podcast produced by Three Angels Message Ministry. I'm your host, Tamara Rookdashel, and today is Friday, Preparation Day, August 2nd, 2019. This quarter has been titled The Least of These. If you have the printed booklet, please follow along. If not, you can order a copy from our resource library. Let us begin with the word of prayer. Precious Father in heaven, thank you for having the prophets write down their communications with you and with their people. It is a template for us to understand that things are not so different now as they were then. We are not the first to get frustrated with the world around us when we know you have presented a better way to live. You used Isaiah to shed light on the life, ministry, and death of Messiah Yeshua. We are so blessed by you, your prophecies, and the ones who have taken up the call to be prophets to your wayward people. It is time, and has been coming to fruition for a while, that you send prophets upon the earth again. Give us the strength and boldness we need to carry your messages to each and every one we are called to speak to on your behalf. Give us the conviction, the words, and the love needed to bear messages of both love and warning. Let us not forget that you are aware of everything that goes on, not just on earth, but in the minds and hearts of those who walk the earth and draw breath. Help us always to remind others of that also. Your judgment is mercy, so we wait upon the restoration of all good things to your original plan. Thank you for being our Creator and our God. Send us as emissaries in Yeshua's name. We praise you, love you, and thank you. Amen. If you do not have a printed quarterly workbook, we recommend writing down and looking up the Bible text in your own Bible, regardless of whether we read the entire text to you or only refer to it. It is also recommended that you write down your answers to the questions so that they inspire further thought, to inspire action, to inspire change in your life and the lives of those you may impact. If you lead out in a small group or Bible study, we have made available a free PDF download of just the questions for each week, available within our blog posts. Friday, August 2nd, Preparation Day. We suggest reading from Prophets and Kings. The sections titled The Assyrian Captivity, found on pages 279 to 292, and The Call of Isaiah, pages 303 to 310. Quote, against the marked oppression, the flagrant injustice, the unwont luxury and extravagance, the shameless feasting and drunkenness, the gross licentiousness and debauchery of their age, the prophets lifted their voices, but in vain were their protests, in vain their denunciation of sin. This is Prophets and Kings, page 282. For Isaiah, quote, the outlook was particularly discouraging as regards the social condition of the people. In their desire for gain, men were adding house to house and field to field. Justice was perverted and no pity was shown the poor. Even the magistrates, whose duty it was to protect the helpless, turned a deaf ear to the cries of the poor and needy, the widows and the fatherless. In the face of such conditions, it is not surprising that when, during the last year of Uzziah's reign, Isaiah was called to bear to Judah God's messages of warning and reproof, he shrank from the responsibility. He well knew that he would encounter obstinate resistance. End quote. Pages 306 and 307. Another quote is, these plain utterances of the prophets should be received by us as the voice of God to every soul. We should lose no opportunity of performing deeds of mercy, of tender forethought and Christian courtesy for the burdened and the oppressed. Page 327. So, questions for discussion. Number 1. We often understand the function of prophecy as predicting the future. How does the recognition of the Old Testament prophets' focus on the world in which they lived change your perception of the role of a prophet? 2. The lives and message of the prophets demonstrate how difficult and dangerous it can be to stand up for truth. Why do you believe they did what they did and spoke in the way that they did? 3. In the writings of the prophets, God seems to alternate between being angry and showing deep concern for his people. How do you fit together these two aspects of God's character? In summary, the Old Testament prophets were passionate and often angry and upset defenders of the way and will of God to their people. Reflecting the expressed concern of God himself, this passion included a strong focus on justice for the poor and oppressed. The prophets' calls to return to God included putting an end to injustice, something God also promised to do in his visions for a better future for his people. That is exactly what each of us who call on his name look forward to. We hope you enjoyed our review of today's quarterly lesson. Please visit us online to see what other services we offer and to become involved in the conversation within our forum. If you are also looking for groups in your area that are studying with us, we can provide information to connect you. If you are looking to find or purchase materials we reference in our podcasts, videos, or PDFs, please visit us online at www.3am-ministry.org. We look forward to connecting with you online in the future and in God's kingdom.
Thank you for joining us today. To find out more about our ministry, listen to older podcasts, read additional articles, join our forum, access printable PDFs, or order your own published quarterly booklet, please visit us online at www.3am-ministry.org. Have a blessed and prosperous day.